Oh, hey, hi, hello, we are here. Welcome on in to episode 8 of We Run the Dungeon. Uh, as always, this episode is sponsored by the one, the only, the Adventure Dice. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca, use code JBruce for 10% off. As our weekly reminder, the only thing it does not work on is the charity set, as we do want to go ahead and promote that charity and be able to really give them as much money as we can without taking that percent off. But anything else in that also includes the dice subscriptions, where you can get a set of dice every month. So make sure to go ahead and go to adventuredice.ca and use code JBruce for 10% off. Everyone, welcome on in. 8 episodes, guys. We did it. We're here. Welcome. We're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening before Matt gives us a big, beautiful recap. And we're going to go ahead and start. You know what? We'll start with Travis this time.
Oh, I was coming up with my dating profile pun. I was looking at my character sheet. I'm not ready. I'll just do a normal
That could be a
introduction.
dating profile pun.
You're just not ready?
I'm
Not really fun,
Arturus.
but,
I'm a
I'm
little
not ready.
shy. I don't know if I'm ready for anything serious, so please don't throw a dragon at me. I'm a tiefling wizard. My wisdom save is 5.
It's impressive. Next up, I'll go, because I feel like not letting Donnie go next. Hi, my name is Bruce. I get to play Fenkin Sellen, the Harengen Blood Hunter. And that's me, always conflicted about the powers within. Donnie.
That's you personally?
Yeah, me and Fenkin both.
What powers do you have?
You don't want to know.
If you could have one power, what would it be?
Teleportation. I can sell my car.
A good one. It's like walking, but you don't actually have to walk.
Exactly. It's
or
like
walking really fast.
Yep.
I'm Donnie, and I have the pleasure of playing Eric, the half-elf of Drow heritage, rogue warlock. Yeah, here to get paid, get the job done. Last session I wanted to get a one-on-one with Arturus because Eric is from Baldur's Gate and he's from the lower city, so he doesn't really have the education of a wizard. I've already got to flex the accent.
Gotta flex it.
I've got to stretch it out like an exercise. Anyway, that's Eric.
Stretch out like an exercise. You heard it here first.
I got to get the chops out. I feel like the accent doesn't really work until like 5 minutes before the session ends.
I know that exclusively from Ian having to like go into their accent for Cat 9, like mid intro. I get it. Speaking of Ian, hey Ian, who you playing?
Now I feel like y'all are calling me out for doing voices. Whatever.
No, not even that.
I'm trying to join you.
I'm doing that. Hey, my name's Ian. I'm playing Weird the Bard, College of Whispers, little goblin, quite literally a little goblin. Well, not so little at the moment. We hit puberty and got our growth spurt.
Fury of the medium.
Fury of the slightly bigger.
You mean double your size?
Yeah. But yeah, if we're doing dating profile stuff, just don't be spooky and don't be a ghost, and I think we're okay. I'm kind of down for whatever. Yeah, that's me, Weird the Goblin.
All right, and Matt, take us away on this wonderful magical ride.
Absolutely. Magic in Dungeons and Dragons? You bet.
Magic.
Alrighty. So last time you guys had discovered the remains of an ancient green dragon Their death has caused the flora and just the flora around it to bloom, creating massive exotic plants that just um, you don't know what they do. Good things, bad things, who knows? It's just enhanced by this dragon slayer. Searching around the area, you were able to find a illusory path that had some dragon footprints leading off and away somewhere. Following it for about 20 minutes, half an hour, you found a massive tree that didn't quite fit the rest of the forest. When Louvre, your druid companion, got close, the tree sprung to life, grabbing her, flipping her upside down, and attacking everybody in the party with her and rocks. As you were fighting, you could tell in Sylvan that it said that you guys would not be disturbing the master. Arthur's not quite understanding, or maybe seeing it as an opportunity for some leverage. Tried to talk their way out of the situation, let them know that their master was no more, so there was no need for this fight. The fight still continued on until it was very close to death, and actually then dead afterwards a little bit due to some residual booming blade stuff. But quickly brought back up, returning back to the site of this giant dragon skeleton. You saw a little crystal tear start to shed down the side of the treant's face. The Triad that was bending down on one knee has stood back up, looked towards the group. What happened here? Then Louvre kind of just look up and at this giant tree. I don't know. It happened a long time ago. Some dispute between Gnawbones and Witchthorn. And you see the tree just start to stand fully back up now and then shake that around. That's who she saved me from. Witchthorn. Not a nice prince. I can tell you that. Looks around. So, you all wanted to go to cave?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that was the plan.
Yeah, I can take you there.
And what is this dragon the prince of specifically?
Oh, dragon. Well, it was dragon, and also it was dryad. She was lover to prince.
Woo!
Yeah. Prince. He's a evil prince. Not good prince. I shouldn't say evil. But she helped me not become corrupt and better. I'm sad she's gone. But you can follow me. It's this way. As he see the side of his branches kind of shift over, points, and you can clearly see 30 feet is just pointing into the fog. Oh, are you all ready?
I am.
And this was after we had a
Ready?
short rest, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah. You guys walking back here, short rested. You're no longer in lichen form.
Correct. I just wanted to make sure that the short rest did happen prior to our adventure back to.
Yep.
Yes, please lead the way.
Sorry about your mate, by the way. It was self-defense.
What?
Yeah, maybe we don't break that up if he's not paying attention to it. Move, go, 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 go.
Anyway, you said it was this way?
Yeah, it was this way. And he starts lumbering.
I thought I knew.
Lumbering into the fog, or out of this little clearing back into the thick fog, until you hear the sound of the river getting louder and louder. Trent starts to walk a little bit further west. You guys can tell that it's starting to get harder just to kind of walk around as you're having to take larger steps up, down, and then kind of skid down these little hills as they become more frequent and more severe. Finally, as you're following this river that starts to, as you see, make its way almost up the mountain, it's coming down from the top of the mountain, but you can see that the river continues up and up. There is a secondary little offshoot that breaks away from it. And you guys can see clearer now that the mist that you can kind of tell was like slowly moving earlier as you got closer to the clearing is now moving a little bit quicker and quicker. As he takes you over two sets of hills and kind of nestled in between them in a little valley, you can now see is a river that's probably about, let's say, about 15 feet wide. You're not sure how deep, but it kind of nestled in between these two hills into what looks like some type of underground cave. So the tree will take a break from his massive strides and take a look around. Go, whoa, this is it, but it looks a little different. As you guys get closer and closer throughout this fog, you can now see that this river that leads into this deeping cave is covered. Like it would normally be maybe a 20-foot wide, 20-foot tall entrance leading down into the ground, as completely filled with some type of very thick briar, like some type of thorns. Like this was not natural. Like it's been sealed off for some reason.
I was going to ask if there were any other traps, but it looks like there are. Do you know of any other security your boss sort of had for this cave?
Oh, I've not been able. I can't leave the forest, so I can't go in there. My boss, she's very smart. She will have had this place trapped, so I would be vigilant.
Vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the good news, I'm a vigilante, so I will be vigilant. And I need 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic again. I gotta sit down and be like, hold on.
While casting Detect Magic, Weird is going to pretend to be a dragon again and try to see if they can figure out if this is exactly where we're supposed to be going, even though somebody just brought us this way.
All right, go ahead and roll dragon check. It's just a performance this time around.
I was going to say, is that, do I have to roll my je ne sais quoi stat?
Yeah, it's a je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm. My moxie stat?
Yeah, add your bardic inspiration to it this time.
Oh, bet. Actually?
Sure.
Wait, actually?
It's an 18.
18. All right, you get up. There is like a little perch that you could like get like on top of the cave a little bit. So you kind of get her up there, now easier with your longer legs, and just kind of, do a little Slav squat over on top of it, like you're looking over. Oh yeah, it feels right. It feels right.
Oh, we're onto something.
But on top of it, you can definitely see like almost like seeping through the cracks of this briar patch. You see the fog or the mist, like it's very heavy, thick, and kind of pouring out of there. So it seems to be possibly the source of, or close to the source of whatever fog is, taking over this entire forest.
All right. Guys, this fog is kind of crazy, right?
Who?
Oh, just anybody around this fog's kind of wild.
I mean, is it any different than normal fog?
I don't know.
Looks a little thicker, I guess. Says red.
It's got like a viscosity to it.
What?
It's like if you could capture, you could like pour it like a liquid, kind of.
Oh. Sure.
The fog, like, obviously kind of like coming out of this cave.
Yeah, that's it. Now that you're like here up close to it, you can definitely tell that it's coming from this one.
The fog's been here for a long time, right?
Yep, at least 200 years from when you were talking to Louvre about it.
Is there like a heat or anything coming from this cave? Like maybe instead of it being fog, it's actually like smoke that's just billowing out.
I'd say if you'd like to get closer and put your hand on it, or how would you like to investigate that?
Take a
Yeah,
big whiff.
as close as I can without putting my hands like into the briars.
So you get close to it, get your hand in. Roll a perception check for me with your ears.
Oh, I like to hear the sound of the fire within. And that is... I had advantage. Okay. I was just making sure that it was advantage and not like a bonus or anything. $24.
24.
What do my rabbit
that-
ears hear?
Your rabbit ears hear the sound of, or first of all, if you don't feel any heat, it feels a little bit of mist. And as you're listening, you're not sure how far off, but it starts to sound like no longer just a river flowing, but something quicker, almost like rapid like.
And that's coming from within this cave, right?
Correct.
I think we have some rushing water coming from within this cave, guys. Sounds like rapids, maybe? It's definitely faster than that river, and I'll point over to like the general direction of where the river was flowing.
Mm-hmm. So the general direction of where the river was flowing that you guys kind of trace back up here is all good, but there is from the main river an offshoot that travels down, and it's actually going into this cave as well. That's kind of flowing underneath the brambles.
Oh wait, Tree. What'd you say your name was?
My name? It was Zentarum.
Zentarum?
No, Zentarum.
All right. He is playing tricks on me.
Sorry.
You lot ever go down into these caves?
No.
Why not?
I couldn't leave the forest, or else
Right.
I'm not alive anymore.
Right. What about the druids? I'll look to what's his name? It's not
Talk about Louvre.
Louvre. I'll
Louvre.
talk to Louvre or look to Louvre.
So, well, I didn't even know this place existed. It's possible that Rogar Daroth may know some more about this, but they never told me.
Does it look like the briar is growing out of like the ground itself, or does it look like the briar was like placed there?
It looks like it was placed there as well. So it looks like it came from within the cave and like kind of just filled up the entire thing, pulled its way out, and then stopped at the entrance.
Oh, so it just looks like. So from the entrance where we're standing, we don't see any that's like growing out of the walls or the ground or anything. Like it just looks like it like erupted outwards and it stopped at the crest of the cave.
Correct.
Well,
I mean, we have a way to make fire. We could try clearing it out or cutting through it, but that might take a little bit longer.
catch anything on fire in this humidity.
Axel looks down at the sword. I mean, I can get this slashing. Unfortunately, that fire thing is a, once per day kind of thing.
You said the briar is coming out, so there aren't really any trunks or source of the vines
Yeah,
that we can see on the
not
outside.
that you can see. Yeah, it looks like almost like one massive, thorn bush almost.
All right, so I've got 3 flasks of oil and hella torches.
Now we're thinking with fire.
Literally. Oh, and an oil lamp. I guess that's what the flasks of oil are for.
Maybe.
So,
Maybe that's what they were for.
Are these are these flammable enough that they'll catch? It sounds like they're kind of going deep into this cave anyway.
That's why I'm worried as well.
Might find another.
Is there
entrance.
the briar itself?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's very thorny. Is there like a patch of the vine I could like rub my thumb on that isn't going to like get pierced by it, where I could tell if like the briar is dry or if it does have like its more or less. I'm trying to see if it's still connected to the roots and has life going through it, or if it's just more or less been put here as a way to stop us from going
Gotcha.
forward.
So you do not see anywhere it's like physically connected. Whenever you kind of like look around the edges of the rock, it seems to be like twisted up and like kind of like grabbing on to the edges of the cave, but no like roots or anything you can see. As far as is it wet, there is a constant mist that's going through it that's been doing that for about 200 years. So, well, or at least as long as it's been here. So it's damp to the touch.
Does it
Million years?
does it feel like if I press on it a little bit, does it feel brittle like it's dead, or does it feel like it has life to it?
It still feels little life to it.
Basically asking if it's
Right.
flammable.
Well, that is, or is it still like if it's just stuffed
just
down in there,
bring
we
it
could just
through.
like exactly. But if it's connected to the root still, then that it's a bigger issue. Is this the only way in that you know of?
You said you heard rushing water.
Yeah,
Is there another body of water around here?
I think it's the river, and I'll point to like the river that's also have like a little spout that's going underneath the briar that we're standing next to and going into the cave. I think it's this water that's going into the cave and then dropping off somewhere, is what I'm understanding. But I mean,
That's how I understand rivers.
Let me see if I can paint you a picture, and by that I mean let me try to paint a picture.
Right now, I'm thinking it might be better to find where the water's flowing in from.
that's what it's flowing in from the part that we're looking at. Is what I think Matt's saying, right? Like it broke off the river is flowing into this cave through the briar.
Yep. So here's the main river that you guys have been following across over here. Yada yada yada. It's flowing down this way. So up here is towards the mountain. This one has a separate branch that's come through here, and it's not proportionate drawn to scale necessarily, but it's come down here, and then here's where you see probably about a 20-foot wide cave the river takes about like a good chunk on it, but there's still like a 10-foot walkway on either side. So if you want to,
So we're at the entrance.
Right,
I
right,
didn't realize. There still might be an exit.
right. I think there definitely could be, but if this rushing water is, I mean, how wide is the mouth of this cave?
probably about 25-ish feet wide.
When your master came here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he only entered via a alternative form. I'm assuming he went to like a more humanoid or smaller form, or did he find a separate entrance to go into this cave through?
The master, I think she did have multiple entrances, but she could change her form, and this is just where I dropped off her snacks.
This is what they might call as a feeding tube.
Like the esophagus.
Sure. Yes. I'll look over towards Arturus. As a member of the Arcane, do you have anything that can produce flame or anything like this? Or are we better off setting torches?
I have a couple of options, but I've been sort of ritual casting this. Let me see what's magical over here real quick.
Ritual casting has completed. Slam your book shut, and the briars for these are completely magical.
Yeah, these are 100% on my radar, as I will say.
Did you get when he was doing that while we were walking through, did the shambling mounds give the same sort of feel to them? Or were they non-magical in nature?
Shambling mounds, so that is what Arthur saw in the ground. Very similar. Transmutation kind of magic is what you are sensing from this, as well as what you sensed from the shambling mounds.
Yeah, they're hot. So it's possible that fire won't even work.
True.
Especially non-magical fire, which at this I would have to read a lot of books to produce some magical fire, I think. Yeah.
I mean,
Open something up real quick.
Worst case scenario, we know where this cave is. We could go check out the keep, and then when it's not so pressing that there may be someone captive within the keep, we can come back and either explore to try to find an alternate entrance, or we can figure it out. But I mean,
Well, I'm not one to quit since we're here.
understood.
Might as well take a look around.
Yeah, tell me about these brambles, these briars. Or how thick are they? Could a small creature kind of navigate their way through it? Can a bird fly in there?
Say a bird might be able to fit through there.
Yuck.
If you wanted to try somebody small size, or if you guys wanted to try, you could try to push through it. I mean, there's enough like wiggle room you can like kind of move it out of the way and go through. I wouldn't suggest it, but it's possible. But yeah, there's a
Lee, just a random question that I have for the group.
Yeah.
No particular reason.
Uh-huh.
But does anyone have some charcoal and some incense, maybe some herbs?
I know a lot of places that has herbs, but we can't use them.
Are we
Gonna be
trying
a
to
negative. I have some shambling mound pots.
About 10 gold worth.
Oh,
'cause I forgot to buy some before we left town, and I could go scout this whole thing out, but I don't have the shit to do it. So.
hear me out. For your charcoal, we just make a really big fire that we use to light our torches, and then you'll have all the charcoal you need once the fire goes out.
I think the incense is probably the hardest.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the hardest thing of all of this.
Worth 10 gold.
So
That's a lot of
Yeah.
incense.
That's like a forest full of incense.
We're not in an incense forest by chance, are we, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Turns
Just
out-
grab the tree.
All the little sticks in the ground you guys walk by, incense.
My God. This forest smells amazing.
I'm gonna start walking off in just like around the cave entrance. I'm just gonna start walking around while everyone's deliberating and just see if I can find a second entrance by chance. But then we're like,
Alright.
what's a good radius? A 50-meter radius?
Seems pretty
15
solid.
meters. All right,
50
gosh,
meters.
I could-
With a zero?
Is this in feet? What's the system use? Is feet or
It's feet.
okay?
Feet.
Let's go with 100 feet.
100 feet. Alrighty.
I'm just gonna start walking off. I'll go take a look. Can't talk.
I mean, this
Can't
the
transition.
the
voice.
ground going into this cave. Would you describe it? How would you describe it?
I would say it is bare-ish, right around the river banks. It's pretty, I'd say, muddy, and then you get to a nice lush green of the grass that's been well watered around it, and then I'd say a few rocks here and there.
All right, you sprung my trap card. I can dig us.
If you were looking for an entrance,
You've
where
described
would
it
you
as
look?
loose earth, so I can dig us a tunnel.
You can dig a tunnel if you would like.
That'd be way easier. Right, you have mold earth, don't you?
I do.
I was ready to be like, man, I could shapeshift and probably reduce a lot of that briar damage, but
Just take it.
exactly, it's fine.
out of curiosity, am I still like medium sized?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say you're medium now.
So I haven't gone back to my,
Why
to
do you
my
say it
small
like that?
size.
No, you are not small yet. Sorry.
Damn it.
The one time Ian doesn't want to hear that.
Well,
Um,
what are you trying to do, Ian? What would you like to try?
I was just gonna say that while I was waiting or while everybody was doing this, I was just gonna start scurrying in,
ow?
like between everything.
You just
but
hear screams and echo.
I'm too big to do it. Otherwise, like if I was
But she's-
small, I feel like I could do it.
Nice.
I'd say, I'd say
I'm gonna-
if you would like to try it, I'd say you're still nimble enough to give it a shot. But because you are 10 inches taller than you were this morning, you're not too comfortable with this one, so it would be at disadvantage if you wanted to try to
We'll give it a shot.
leather your way. All right, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check, and then if you wanted to roll investigation, Eric, to see if you or perception or investigation, your choice, to see if you can find another entrance or something else going on.
How about survival? No?
Sure, fine.
Oh damn.
I love it.
Looking for naturey holes.
I would
That's a 16.
totally stop weird, but I'm assuming that they did this pretty immediately, and I'm probably still casting a ritual.
I'd say at this point
Hey,
you're starting to investigate the earth, like testing out, molding how close you can get to the cave. You're like, all right, this could work. And then what'd you do? What'd you get, weird?
Because it was with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
All right, then a 9.
9.
But the other one was a 17.
Oh, all right.
So that's your disadvantage at work.
Sorry. It looks like it did work. If you could go ahead and take 4 points of piercing damage, as you are able to get like 10 feet in there. With that work, you can still kind of see out as the mist is kind of falling through or like rushing past your head. You get in there. You look like you can see possibly another, path, or it's not going to be easy, but you can continue to make your way if you'd like to try. This being said, you are having to do this kind of towards the edge if you wanted to, because the middle of this cave is the river that's flowing into there. So you have kind of stuck closer towards the sides. If you wanted to try to bridge the gap, so to speak, you can try to climb your way over these if you wanted to, but I just assumed you haven't done that yet.
I haven't done that yet, but I'd be down to if need be, I'm down to give it a shot.
All right. Well, there is some easier ways that if you're light enough still, you could make your way over and crawl through. But everyone now sees you about 10 feet into this cave, like just kind of in the bramble.
Ow! Bad choice. Ow! All right.
I think I got this one figured out, friends. It's all magical.
Oh.
It's scary,
Yes.
but I can stop the water, and then we can just dig a tunnel on the riverbed and just go under all this stuff. And I'll cast Shape Water and have it sort of where it's branching off. I'll just have it kind of flow its original direction.
Back that one. So this one is like a 10-foot wide river that's running down off of here.
Well, I sprung your trap card.
Did you say 5 feet?
Yeah, what's that?
I said
Well,
you had.
I
you had-
mean,
you had
in the
5 to 7
picture
feet.
you drew, it's only one square. Okay.
To be fair, he did say it's not drawn to scale. Okay.
How deep? You said it was pretty deep though, too, right? Like
Yeah, it's probably about
15.
probably about 10, 15 feet deep.
Start
Can't really tell
throwing
too
dirt
much
and rocks
before you
in it.
go in there.
Just, you know what?
Just
I'll
destroy
take one for the
ecosystem.
team. I'll take one for the team. I'll just lay down in it so that it just hits me instead.
I'm just start drinking the water.
Exactly. Just start drinking all of it. Just
We'll stop this flow.
exactly.
What was your magic nature hold check?
Oh, mine 16.
16. I was searching around the area. It looks like there is not necessarily a path, path through a forest path, but there is probably a way to scale up the mountain a little bit. So there might be some more stuff that way, but just kind of searching around. Nothing stands out to you.
I found nothing. Come back to the group. Can we dive under the roots? Does someone want to jump in the river and see if there's a way under?
Can I?
I could probably also mold the earth to block. No, it probably wouldn't be strong enough. Never mind.
Shape the water and mold the earth at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Travis was just the avatar.
Let me
I
pull
feel
up
like,
some of
I
the-
feel
Yeah, I'm
like
out here
the
bending
parts
shit.
of this cave entrance.
Can
But can we
we-
see under the water? Can we get under
Oh,
it
like the
through
water is clear enough that it's going under.
I'm thinking like old school video games. We haven't unlocked diving yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look down into it, I mean, it seems at least open enough underwater that you can kind of clear under the brambles.
Can we see how far deep the brambles go?
Sure.
From out here?
Well, looking at, you can at least 60 feet.
I think that's possibly a good idea, Eric. I'm just
It's not like fast, right? We're not gonna get swept into death. It's
I-
like pretty chill water we would swim through.
Yeah, at the entrance of this cave, it looks like just the same normal flowing river you've been able to go towards in. If you wanted to stick your foot in, you could feel it, tugging and bringing you towards it, but you're able to keep your footing pretty well.
the word thing that worries me about the water and using that as an avenue.
Getting back.
Not necessarily, but it's the rushing water I heard inside. If it's less of a rapids and more of the entrance of a waterfall, that's a bigger issue.
I'm gonna
Found out.
cast dancing lights
Ooh.
120 feet out. Can I see it? Well, I
Um,
rapier and I'll cast it like a wand.
casting it. So they're
Wisps
going
come out.
wisping in and out of the brambles through the cave, all linking together. From what you can see, it makes it about 100-ish feet so until it gets too thick. You can't really make it out beyond that one. So whether it's curving or falling or what, you're not quite sure. But yeah, you kind of lose them after about 100 feet.
Got about 100 feet of straight for something else.
I love and hate that. But I mean, the water thing's the best idea we've got so far.
Any volunteers? Weird, you might fit the best.
I don't know if I'll fit the best. I'm trying to
You
figure
tried
it out.
above
Yeah, sure.
ground, why not under?
Are you
All
still
right.
inside the bramble? Just
Yeah, I'm still just like stuck in there.
Dive in the water.
Yeah, sure. Let me get right on that.
You know
Who's got
what?
his best of kin?
Listen,
I'll give it a go.
I would say, you know what? I will literally go ahead and sort of stretch a little bit. Yeah, we'll go ahead and set fodder in. Go ahead and stretch a little bit. And sort of with every stretch, like this arm stretches out, and you begin to see my hair fur begin to turn into the orange stretch out as this transformation begins to take over as I shapeshift into the were-tiger.
El Tigre.
And then I will jump in the water and just like I'm going down a tube and just like let the flow take me down this path and try to hide underneath the brandles as I take a very deep breath and just go.
Alrighty. You all see Fenkin transform and then cross their arms like they're about to luge down into this tube. But it's more like a lazy river at this point as they jump in, go up and like start to gently float under the brambles.
I'll take it.
So there is enough clearing for like barely enough. Like you wouldn't be able to like stand up or put your head through, but there's like maybe 3 inches or so between the surface of the water and these brambles that were placed there. And you're just letting the river take you.
Until I can begin to feel it speed up. Like as soon as I feel like I'm going faster than this lazy river sort of speed, yeah, I'll go ahead and let the water take me as it. So would you say there's this like gap between me and the briar? I want to go ahead and like laying on my back, sort of floating, and then like have my head facing up, and so I can have like that space to breathe until I realize I need to take a deep breath.
Okay. So you go ahead, and everyone else watches Fenkin disappear under these brambles as 6 seconds go by, 12 seconds, about almost a minute goes by now before Fenkin, you now feel the water below you start to pick up as you go a little faster.
Is the same elevation though, or am I
same elevation? Well, as far as you can tell,
Right.
in this bramble pitch black, it feels about the same. But you do definitely start to see the brambles.
I do
move
have the
faster,
dancing lights
a
out
little
there.
bit faster.
Yeah.
As you see the third dancing light
Oh.
pass by.
So that's 100 feet.
Okay, so you did say that we could see like the thickness. So is it still after that like 100-foot mark? Is the briar thicker than it was? Is it as thick?
The briar is still just as thick. However, what you have what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is
You're
15.
trying to take it all in. Oh, roll. Okay, go ahead and roll as well.
Okay.
See how this goes since you're
Is it with
sight.
my eyeballs?
eyeballs.
Also,
Back to me. Where's Fenkin?
it's not only just on listening, by the way, I found out. It's also on smell.
Oh, gotcha. You got
It's either one as a hair gone.
Anything but darkness.
Exactly. If it's darkness, I can't. No. So
I was actually kind of upset.
Hello, darkness.
I got
20.
dancing lights
Enemy.
with drow hair, and she was like, "Everybody has dark vision."
no.
So thank you for giving me a use for
I
having.
got
dancing
you.
lights.
Axel will also appreciate it because I'm
Although it
pretty
does
sure
take-
Axel's human.
It also takes concentration.
No, yeah. That's a dirty 20.
So 20. All right. So as you notice that this river is getting faster and faster, you can also tell that the sides of the wall or this cave is starting to get a little bit narrower and narrower. As at the entrance of the thing, it was about 20-25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably looking about maybe 15. So you've lost about 5 feet on either side. You continue to get faster. Another round, another 2 goes by. The sound that you hear, the roaring water gets louder and louder. Are you doing anything? As you now has considerably picked up pace.
Sick. I'm assuming there's no, like, now that the light is behind me, it's just like pitch dark in here as well.
Correct. Do you have dark vision?
I don't know. It's gonna be terrible.
Wait, I feel like we were just you're a little bit anxious about this, and you're like, yeah, let's just do it. Wait, this is a problem.
No, it's gonna be. At this point, when Fennekin begins to pick up speed, he goes ahead and puts his, letting the, not like digging his hands into the dirt or the mud or whatever like is now in this, the bed of this water.
The side of it.
Yeah. So still inside of the water, but he's gonna go ahead and put it out and sort of just let his fingers run on the sides of it, and then just be prepared to like sinking claws to stop if needed. So he's definitely going to try to like not like come to a complete stop, but definitely try to slow himself a little bit using just his hands to just sort of like graze along the sides of this, not riverbed, but creek bed, I guess.
So as you get towards the sides, you start to run your fingers along it. You can tell that the loose dirt has given way now, as this is just solid cave rock. As you're moving side to side, and
Rap card number 2.
little jets of rock come out, kind of like scrape you up a little bit as you go back down. But that sound is getting louder. The river's getting faster and faster as you feel something start to not pull at you, but almost start to give way, as you now feel this would be the perfect time to grab on to the side of the rock. I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Sick. And since I am in my... See, I knew some sort of shenanigans was going to need to. Because I'm in my hybrid form, I do get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
All right, then go ahead and roll with advantage.
Sorry, I forgot I needed to swap my
Sure, I have a way
sheet
to live.
over.
Let's see.
If it makes you feeling better, I don't know. I have a way to live.
I'm conflicted because I don't want to go in there, but
It's been 2
I'd
hours.
go
Do you
in
think
there.
we should do something?
yeah, exactly. I would be like, this guy's fucking going. I guess we go.
I was
Weird
going to wait
still
until
stuck
after
in the briar.
Weird, still just like hung up. Like, all right, guys, I'm pretty stuck. I'm exhausted and I've been at this forever. Please help me.
You're 10 feet in. Just
Do people still dance?
With advantage, I rolled a 10 both times.
Nice.
It's almost like you didn't have advantage.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Do you have any magical means of communicating with the group or anything by chance, Josh?
Your cell phone?
Yeah.
You have the magical earrings or cell phone, or I don't think so. So it's been about 5 minutes for you guys standing outside of this cave.
When I have that like that gut feeling to try to like get out, I'm gonna go ahead and, because I feel like I'm unable to like grab onto the sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're trying to grab. You finally got purchase on something, but then it just pulled off the wall as it wasn't completely stuck in, and you've kept off. What were you?
When I grab up, I like grab to try to get myself up. Does my arms hit the briar up that was like only 3 inches above, or does it feel like there's now space between the briar and the water now?
You have a little bit more space.
I will go ahead and use a bonus action if I can touch the bottom of this and bunny hop up. I don't care if I'm hitting briar. I'm bunny up on top of this sort of like ledge of this river. If it'll allow me, I can move,
So
jump
you're, like,
10
bunny
feet.
hopping off the side of the wall up to the.
Yeah, so like if I can put my feet down, like to touch
On the ground?
onto the ground, Because I mean, how deep is it still? Is it still?
How deep is the water?
Yeah.
Deeper. It's about 15, 20 feet deep now.
I love and hate all of this. Bruise and Fenkin also hate all of this. Not being able to see water, just unknown depths. No, this is terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and rabbit hop off the wall and sort of like try to jump up if I can. It's 10 feet of jump. But I only can use it if my speed is greater than 0. I don't know if me going down this river equals speed greater than 0.
What's your swim speed?
Yeah, what's your swim speed?
Is it half? Isn't it just base half of?
I think it's base half.
Half. I mean, then I have a 15-foot swim speed.
I think it's. You don't have a swim speed. You have to do an athletics check.
Yeah, I could do athletics.
That might be better.
But I mean, either way, I mean that's what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know if my feet don't, if it's too slippery, I slide off. But that's what Fenkin's gonna try to do. Is in this moment of panic, try to like just plant his feet.
Advantage on athletic checks.
I do have advantage on athletics checks.
All right, straight roll. Go ahead and roll.
Guys, it's not looking good for Fenkin. 7.
You fight for your life in there. By the way,
Fenkin also knows.
Eric, I don't know if Arturus is, but for like a couple minutes,
Yeah, it's probably been about 3 minutes.
I've got my ear up to the entrance, and I'd say about every minute I'll be like, Fenkin.
Let's see.
He's
Fenkin,
definitely further than 30 feet in there. Otherwise, I'd detect his magic.
So let you know while you're struggling to survive, you can hear some echoes.
The echoes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So, what's your roll a perception check, Eric?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not ready.
You think
Wait,
Fenkin
me?
is?
It's 22.
Hey.
22. After probably about the second minute of Fenkin, you hear very slightly.
Oh, that was a persuasion. Sorry. I rolled 16, so that was 17.
16.
Do I
Okay,
still hear it?
you hear it. You still hear the little
Keywords.
faint.
Multiple
faint off in the
syllables.
Mhm.
He's still alive. Probably about 120 feet.
Oh, so we should all jump in then, right?
Well, he sounded distressed. He sounded distressed. Give it a couple more minutes.
No, it sounded like it was a good time. Here we go. I hate
Alright.
this, but we're gonna do it. And I'm
Trial
gonna
number 2. I'll put my
pull
hand
myself
on
out of
Arthur's chest.
wait,
Trial number
wait it out.
2.
Let's see how this goes. Yeah,
we need to all
pull
kill
myself out of
ourselves
the
at the same
brambles.
time.
I'll
If
try
one
to-
person dies, we TPK.
Are you just wanting to drop down through the brambles? All right, I'll say that's easy enough. You're.
I go from like stuck in it to just like
slide right through.
Yes.
Yeah. So you start sliding, seeing the same thing. You have a little bit of clearance between the surface of the water and you. You see I assume you. Or how long does dancing lights last? Like an hour, something like
Concentration, 1
that.
minute.
Yes, you can just if you're keeping it up.
I'll cast it again. If seeing Weird go out, all right, I guess I'll throw another one of these out there. Up to 1 minute.
So you see the first light, the second light, the third light, and then
It's actually
it
forward
starts to.
lights. But,
Oh, sorry, and the fourth light. Sorry, that you could barely make out behind the bramble, but it's there. You start to go in. You feel the water start to go faster and faster as it is now. Or do you have dark vision?
a double check.
Goblins? I feel like they do. Aren't goblins?
I feel like they
fey?
should.
No.
Oh yeah, I got dark vision 60 feet.
Dark vision 6 feet, perfect. So you can at
Yeah,
least now
goblins
see.
have fey ancestry.
What? Crazy.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Cut from the same cloth.
So as
Even
you're
now, I-
continuing down this cave, you can see it start to, close, get tighter and tighter as the bramble, or sorry, after now 60 feet from you can see there is a very massive and very sudden drop of where the water just kind of curves down and disappears as you hear the sound of water smacking the ground below you. You've got probably about 6 seconds before you're there. Are you trying to do anything?
This checks out.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, that's why I asked for the dark vision. I'm like, all right, you can't see this coming. You can feel it, and you tried.
That's it.
I'm gonna ride it out and hope for the best. I don't know what to do here. Like taking a quick look at the walls, nothing looks for like a good handhold for any sort of purchase. I'm like, oh god,
All right,
god.
yeah.
I had a dream it would end this way.
So yeah, if you would like to try to grab onto the walls or grab onto the brambles above you, you're more than welcome to try. But it is coming up probably about 30 feet now. You want to just grab onto something?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check to see if you can grab onto something without it being ripped out of your grasp.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's a 3.
3. All right, you're like,
One
okay,
of
all right,
us. One
then
of
you
us.
see a perfect little like bramble drop down. You're like, and then it gets ripped off of the magic, and then kind of crumples in your hand as you.
yeah.
Eric, Arturus, what do you guys do? Sorry.
I didn't hear anyone, die.
I'm just listening
heard-
for weird.
You hear
Oh god.
about after a
Oh.
few minutes.
I don't know if this works, but I'm gonna cast Mold Earth on the brambles and just see if they move.
Are they? Are they living?
We're about to find out.
Shrubbery, or has it become Earth and it's just being held up by magic?
Ooh.
The way, I mean, we would know, but
These
way
are
it
the
just
questions
crumbles
I'm.
when it gets broken from their magic makes me think it might be dirt.
Yeah, what is Earth if not just dead plants?
Facts.
Aren't
live
we
plants,
Earth,
you
if
know?
you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Now that's using your brain. Mold Earth, you actually just take someone's arm off.
Also, do we still have the horses with us?
Don't know. I thought Red was watching the horses. My bad.
Yeah, they're at the
Maybe
they're at the
Red
dragon, I guess.
is Red watching the horses over at the dragon shrine.
Yeah.
I think so.
Dragon.
Alright. Well, it's a shame because I was gonna walk off with the horses now that weird and thinking we're gone.
Right now that the people that won the
All right.
prize horses.
Oh, Arturus,
horses
you got
now.
this. I'll meet you back at camp.
So you're going to try to mold Earth and move these around and excavate it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and roll a d20. Add your charisma with intelligence. You're a wizard. What am I thinking?
You're such a charismatic wizard.
Spell casting ability modifier.
Okay. 5.
Guys, we're not doing
Nice.
too hot on this whole briar thing. It's like most people
I'll
with
draw a
doors.
persuasion check on the thorns.
Would you move?
Turns out I found the thorn in your guys' side for this game.
Is it this forest? 'Cause
Rolling
yes.
You go ahead and cast mold Earth, and you are able to like terraform underneath it a little bit. But as you're trying to get the brambles to pull up and move, they are not seeming to budge. Getting closer now with this detect magic up, because actually, can you know these spells? Well, you've got mold. You've got some plants, some naturey type magic. This is like some type of combination between like plant growth and spike growth. So these were magically placed here. There's nothing like these aren't naturally forming bushes. These didn't grow over time. Someone or something blocked this entrance for a reason. But you can dig under it.
I guess I'll start that process while we're waiting to see if our friends are dead.
Well,
All
there
my
was some
friends are
sort of
dead.
witch we knew that dealt with Thole.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good point.
My God.
Should we ask?
All right, so you start to dig and excavate. You probably get about, let's say, 60 feet or so, because you can do what, a 5-foot cube? I don't know, every action.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Old Earth is a reaction?
No.
Or one
One
action.
action.
To cast.
Oh, I
So like every 6 seconds, you can just excavate a 5-foot cube of earth. Crazy.
a reaction. Like, hey,
Whoa!
reaction.
Turnstone. So I'll say you're able to kind of like work your way in between the loose dirt of this cave entrance until probably about 60 to 70 feet in. You're in between a rock and a hard place, and that being the rock wall of the cavern, no longer being loose earth. And then if you try to move over a little bit to your right or any more the opposite way, you're going to be running into the river you created. So you got the briar above you. You're not sure how much longer it's going to continue on for, but it doesn't seem to be letting up, at least at this point from what you can see. Roughly, well, you're not a human. You're a tiefling. You've got improved dark vision, don't you?
I know everything. It just says dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay, I was thinking of something else then. Yeah, so it's still dark vision, 60 feet. So from what you can see, it still continues to go on. But you do now hear what Fenkin was hearing as you're now further into the cave. You hear the water definitely start to pick up, or that's at least sounds of rushing and crashing water further down.
All our friends are dead.
Closer to the edge. Wait, what?
Did you go in there, or are you just seeing how far it moves and you're still...
He's
Outside of the cave.
excavated as far as they can. So they're probably about 60, 70 feet inside this cave, that kind of nook and
You were
cranny
walking with
little
it? I'm out here all by
foxhole
myself with
alongside
these
it.
weird druids.
Zach. Well, we're druid.
I'm about halfway in.
Should I have went with you? late now.
No, I ran into a dead end.
Oh, you came back. You came back.
Yeah. I gotta be honest.
How
I don't
did
know
they
what to
not
do
run
here.
into a dead end?
I
Maybe
mean,
that I heard was a bit of a concussion.
Just a concussion and just floating down the river. It's fine.
No.
Well, shite. I guess 2 of us went down there. Well, we gotta follow.
2 of us went down, 9 of us came back. Exactly.
Ian and Josh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
send you a message.
Oh, good.
If we shouldn't jump, let us know now.
how deep is the water, by the way?
Right now you're looking at it probably about 10, 15 feet deep.
Yeah,
That's
I have a
so
question.
deep.
I
About
got a lot of
shore.
water stuff. I got a lot of earth stuff, but
You're
nothing that
molding the
helps.
earth. Can we just dig down? Go above the cave and dig down? Or is that like a thing we should never do? Digging down.
Have you ever
towards
played
the
this
stairs?
game called Craft Mine?
I guess how
Craft
many
mine.
feet of
Children's
earth
crave it.
can you hold?
Children's
I
crave
think
it.
eventually it will become too hard. I mean, I think we might run into the same issue that I just ran into.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Went underwater. It's been like 10 minutes
Jesus.
for nothing. Maybe we shouldn't go. I think they might be dead. Actually, I'm not going.
Actually, that's a big NO on the RB sauce.
I'm going to need more evidence. Let me think about this.
All right. As you guys are thinking, Donnie and Travis, can you guys please deafen your mics? Deafen, so you can't hear.
I'll deafen my
anything.
mics.
I'll give you a double thumbs up, and you can undeafen.
I'll just turn off my headphones.
Hey, Donnie. All right, cool. Just... turn it on.
I can't. I'll have to be
There's
muted.
The
say-
earphone button.
I'm muted.
Let's see. All right. So, Fenkin,
Ow.
as you struggle to literally claw your way back up after falling 60 feet on this waterfall, unfortunately, the only thing you can see looking up is maybe 1,000 feet away is some type of crack or crevice in this mountain where you can see some daylight coming out of. Beyond that, you're not sure what's going on around you. All you know is probably about a minute of just kind of treading water, trying to find out where you are. You hear a massive smack in the water around you.
Just to make sure. So after I fell,
Yeah.
I'm assuming I hit the bottom for that to okay.
That was the impact of you hitting the surface of the water and then going under. And
How
then
far did I
back
go down before I began to swim back up?
as far as gravity took you? You can't see completely
Sure.
black. You can only see that sliver of light. So
How
you're not sure.
How long did it take me to
it-
swim up? I guess time wise.
Oh, swim back up. I'd probably say at least 10 seconds of like solidly trying to
Like active swimming.
Mhm.
I love and hate all of this. I'm going to assume that someone came after me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go ahead and swim blindly towards wherever that plop was. Well, I guess is it near where I actually landed? If I just swim
yeah.
up,
It is, yeah. If you swam up, it's kind of near where you're landed. It's hard to hear and make out. Go ahead and just roll, because you definitely heard it. What do you think would be an appropriate check if you're just like kind of swimming around blindly trying to find it? Perception, investigation,
I would say
survival.
survival probably.
Let's go with survival.
Okay. And I'm not saying this because I have a +5 to it. I'm just saying it because it also, I think
Yeah.
it makes the
No,
most
it's
sense.
because you got a +5.
I mean, we
to
could
it.
also roll perception and I can get advantage, but I don't get advantage on the wisdom
Yeah,
save.
well, it's like because you can't see it. It's a rare tactile perception check. No, survival is probably good enough for this one.
Okay. I would say, unless it does think I could, like, I guess the echolocation of it, like, it would be messed up because I'm assuming I'm going to assume I'm in some cave. Or
There's
some,
cave,
so like
and
it's
there's not
echoey.
there's not just one waterfall you hear. You hear at least 4 or 5 waterfalls, all hitting whatever lake you're in.
I hate water in caves. Okay, survival.
Mm-hmm.
How's a 9 do it for you?
I don't think it's gonna do.
Hold
What
on,
you thought
actually,
it was
let's
gonna
see
do.
here. Let's see here.
No, I can't. No, that wouldn't be good enough.
I love and hate that.
This is because 10 is an easy check, and this is like
Yeah.
you know,
No, this is
moderate
yeah.
difficulty
No,
at best.
it definitely probably isn't. But can I? So I'm looking at my features real quick here.
How dare you?
Any chance I could use Hunter's Bane in this situation unknowingly? Where it's you could, so for Hunter's Bane, it's my as a blood hunter. I gain advantage on Wisdom survival checks to track Fey, fiends, or
Fey.
undead.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't know it's faint. I would allow it.
Hey, money. How about a 21?
So, if not for, because now that you know Fenkin's backstory, the Feywild Hunter, you can sniff the Fey out, and it is the only difference as Weird. Go ahead and roll 2d20s for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I also just want to say I don't know how I've never done this in the 5 years. Is just have half the party mute. This is so good.
They
Yeah.
were both 13s.
13s. Okay. As you are able to find a drowning Weird barely underneath the surface, as you are able to pull them up, still breathing,
Okay.
but unconscious, and you're not sure how big of a hit they took. But you definitely know it affected them more than you.
Yes. So they're still they're unconscious, but I can feel like their chests and stuff rising and falling. But I have to hold
If
on
you'd-
to them.
If you'd like to make a medicine check to try to stabilize them, you can. Or if you just want to kind of leave it up to fate and hopefully they roll well,
Yeah.
you can do that too.
Is it with disadvantage because I'm in the water, or it's just straight roll?
Just straight roll. I've already been mean enough.
Blessed be thy name. 7.
Cool.
Oh man, I'm
Weird.
gonna
Go ahead
die.
and roll 2 more d20s.
Are these my death saves?
Yeah.
Oh no! A 12 and a 20.
Hey.
Alrighty.
I guess.
The 12 would have been your last successful
Right.
one, so you're
You're
not
stable.
up with 1 HP. You are not dying. Fenkin, you are still treading water, blind. Not sure where to go.
You know what? Fenkin takes this as a win and
Alright.
100% believes that he's the reason why Weird is stabilized.
All right. I'll let these guys know you're good to go. Hi.
Well, I'm just guessing because you could have like just typed it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
good.
Who knows
sorry.
what you guys are talking about?
It's so
You know,
good.
Yeah. No, we're good.
What's the four?
So what are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah.
Crying.
Oh no, not you guys. Sorry, my upstairs crew.
Upstairs.
You all are
that.
dead.
We actually just talked about with Matt and just actually started talking about new character ideas. We just muted you guys for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking like What the fuck did Red and the horses go?
Axel, if you jumped in here, would you just sink, or would you be
shit.
okay?
Yeah, I was thinking
Axel, I
about
forgot
that.
you were
This is
here.
kind of heavy,
I
right?
thought it was just me and the wizard.
I'm also having that same sort of issue, by the way.
I'm not.
Well, I'm having
having a different issue.
that's fair.
Different validation. Axel's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I step foot into this thing, I would just go right to the bottom, and that's probably not great. I mean, I can take off my armor, and he looks at the tree.
Still fit in your backpack.
I mean, yeah, but then I still have the same problem where it's still weighing me down. So, like, just give it to the. I can give it to. Sorry, what'd you say your name was? And he's like, Zentom. I was like, all right, I can give it to Zentom.
Move right. Zentom, y'all don't have any spells I can clear this briar? I know it's a little late to ask, but
I can try to produce flame and burn it and see what happens.
fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
Pull out a flame and just kind of hold it up to the briar.
I'll step back though. At least like 30 feet. 30 feet's a good effect range to be at.
Without Fenkin and Weird, and with Axel being gone, the upstairs group is pretty chaotic at the moment. We're ready to just fuck shit up.
Say after like about I'd say about 30 seconds, about 5 rounds of just like holding this flame to the briar, you do see it eventually like start to like move away from it, but it doesn't like catch fire and go, but she is able to burn that spot.
Good
looks like
job.
it's doing something.
You'll rest that spell slot off. Why don't you?
Oh, it's a cantrip. I mean, I don't know what that means. I can
It's
do
a
this all
cantrip.
day. Yeah, I can
Get
do
back
this
to
all
work.
day. Do you want me to go through that tunnel and start from like in there, or is that
Yeah.
better?
Do you
Okay.
have You're the druid. You tell me.
I don't. This is magic. I don't.
Again, you're the druid.
I'm more like a nature thing. Yeah, I'll
This
burn
is
it.
nature. It's a cave. Full
This
of
is
brine.
not nature. This is not natural at all.
Yeah.
It's magic
But-
nature.
It's magical.
Unless you
sure.
got something better to do today, why don't you get down there and start firebolting or whatever it
Just
is you're
kind of-
doing?
Not dying is all I have on the agenda, but sure, we'll burn it.
Same.
Be
So
safe up
this
here.
will. So in order to burn a path through the rest of this cave safely would probably take about 10 minutes.
I'm still listening. So
Cast another ritual.
why? The thing is, like, why without confirmation? It's an echoey. I'm going to assume it's an echoey cave. I should be able to hear some confirmation unless they're trying to be quiet.
Mhm. You would think so.
So yeah, I'm not going to just dive in.
Yeah, who does that?
Um, Fenkin,
Yeah.
roll an athletics check.
Okay, it's not a
Sick.
death saving throw. Let's go, Fenkin.
To-
I do get advantage on this, unless that's.
straight.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd say,
Yeah.
you know what know
Yeah.
what you're holding and what you're wearing. So
That's fair.
I had a nickel.
If I had a nickel. 14.
14. Okay,
Man.
that's good enough. Still treading water. Able to move around a little bit. Well, this is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me 2 more athletic checks.
20
Okay.
and 14.
20 and 14. All right. Eventually, you go opposite of where you heard the crashing water,
Okay.
and you're not sure what you're on, but you're on solid ground. It's not like earth, but it's smooth stone. And there's another elevated piece next to it. Next to it, it from what it feels like, you're on some type of staircase. But with your non-dark vision, that's all you can really make out. It is still
Yeah.
pitch black in here. But there you go.
Sick.
Upstairs.
You know, they say there's no straight lines in nature.
There is no straight lines in nature. As Louvre starts to burn a little bit of a hole, she gets to a point at the end of your cave where she kind of has to kind of go up and scale the side of the wall a little bit, just kind of burning a small path. But you guys do eventually make it. And if you're, or are you following her as she's kind of excavating this out, staying behind her?
I was gonna say, sidebar with Arturs. Should we follow? Yes. As long
Yeah,
as we stay out of the water.
yeah. Let's just stay out of the water. I don't think we should just send her in there alone. If shit hits the fan, we should all be in there together.
Of course. Right. Yeah. All right.
Why do you keep eyeing the horses, by the way?
Well, names like butter and butter scotch and butter cup. They got to be worth something.
I totally forgot what I named my horse. I'm not gonna
There's
lie.
like 3 variations of butter.
Butter dumpling, butternut squash, garlic butter.
Them biscuits.
Biscuit.
So as she begins to burn a path through these brambles, you guys get to the edge of the this cave until, as you see it does start to get smaller and smaller. Or cleverly being able to work your way off the side, you are able to get towards the edge until you look at, or upon you now, within maybe like 5-10 feet in front of you, is this waterfall that just kind of descends until the edge of your 60-foot dark vision. If you have that.
Oh,
If it's
fuck.
more, then
I've got dark vision, but I'll also, I got dancing lights as a cantrip.
You push it out. So as you kind of push these out, at the bottom of this waterfall, it begins a you see a lake kind of open up in front of you as you see not one, but there's like two or three plumes off to your left of either other waterfalls that are coming in, or if like it seems like almost coming straight from up top as just water dropping down. And again, about 4 more on your right hand side, as there are multiple just sources of water filling into this lake. As your lights spread out and you can see a little bit more of it, at the very bottom, you see floating in the water a very familiar dulcimer.
I was going to say a dead goblin.
No, well, not a dead goblin, but
Face down on the water.
you see their instrument.
Big kid.
Grab that.
Weird.
Can I reach it?
It's at the bottom of the lake, so it's like at the bottom of the waterfall. I mean, if you go down there, you can.
That's what Dulcimer. Yeah, Dulcimer
Yeah.
sounded like a race. I thought you were saying like
Oh
a
no,
dead
no.
human. He's like, oh no.
Like a Drugar. Or no, the hammered, or I don't know if it's a hammered dulcimer, but the dulcimer that you've seen Weird play on their shoulder, you see
Right.
that just kind of floating on the water below you guys. So
I'm calling out for my friends. I don't know if I hear anything in return.
Fenkin, what is
Mhm.
your roll? Passive perception is 15. You have advantage naturally. Well, do you have advantage with wear tiger form since you don't have bunny ears anymore? I guess it's a racial.
It's a
thing.
racial, so,
if you
like-
keep your racials. Then,
Yeah.
we'll keep it. I'll say you
It's
do
not safe
hear
change.
somebody shouting from somewhere. You can't make it out because you can't see. But you're pretty sure it's Arcturus.
I will shake my hands wildly in the air towards the sky, and as all angry men do, just scream, "We're down here!"
So very hard to make out from the crashing waterfalls. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Niagara Falls, but it's kind of similar in that aspect, as they all kind of like horseshoe and fall into this one massive lake. It's beyond your vision and even your light's vision at this point, but you do hear Fenkin yelling, "We're over here!" Just
I'm gonna cast Shape Water,
okay,
and I want some of the water from the waterfall to turn into a little step in front of me.
okay.
And I'm gonna cast it again, and I'm gonna freeze it. And then I'm gonna
Alright.
make us a staircase all the way to the bottom of this bitch.
That's pretty dope. That's actually very cool. So you shape the water to where it like touches and gets all in the stone, and then you just freeze it, and then repeat the process until you guys are able to safely trot your way down. As you're now level with the surface of this lake. I assume you're just gonna try to swim across it, see if you can get to where Fenkin was going.
Yeah,
You
I've
just
tried
Use
trying
the
to
ice
find
again
them.
and walk across it.
Yeah, we can.
Alrighty. All right, so this one, go ahead and roll an acrobatics for me, because as you're freezing the ice, because it's not anchored to anything like it was the wall, it's still kind of like a little wobbly,
Yeah.
but it's doable if you want to try it. Absolutely.
More work than it's worth.
But think of the story, though.
What are we doing?
I was just say acrobatics. See how well you
19.
Okay.
19.
I wasn't sure if we were actually doing that.
I love
Stay in
it.
the flow. You'll be able to make it either way, but is it
5.
cool enough where you can make it? Eric does kind of like teeter it a little bit, and slip off. So like you get your left leg still like covered in water. But everyone, is able to make it across. Still completely dark.
Swashbuckler, but that doesn't mean
Down
I'm a
here.
pirate with my sea legs. Only being typecast.
A little bit. So as you guys get to the other side of this one, it looks like the steps of an amphitheater almost. As you take your dancing lights and just kind of push them to see what the surrounding environment looks like, you are in some type of ruins. Everything is made out of very nicely carved stones, but it's just been lost to times. Things have weathered down. There's moss that's overgrown a lot of stuff down here. Everything's just wet, little slippery. But from what you can tell, this was probably a once very bustling dwarven city. You do find Fenkin still wear tiger form, waving his arms around, holding a limp goblin in their hands.
I'll do a little whistle. Yeah, Mike won't pick it up.
Where
just
where
slide
are
them
they?
over.
Are they in the water, or are they dangling above us, or?
They're on the steps with you. So as you swam across, you came across these same steps that Fenkin were on. You were able to see them kind of waving as you were not swimming, but ice skating your way across the ravine or the lake.
Well, okay, I will check on Weird.
Weird. Let me see. Does Axelian still have any lay on hands? Bookmarks. Axel the Paladin.
Is that per short rest?
Lay on hands, I think it's per day.
I think it's per long rest.
Yeah, it's per long rest. Current 0. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm pretty sure I got a good portion of those.
Yeah, looks like you got all of those. Bane, bless, nope, nothing. Does anybody have a medicine kit?
I don't have a kit.
Does Red? I thought Red had one.
Does Red? Red may have one.
Is Red watching the horses at camp?
Oh yeah, Red's watching the horses at camp. Canonical.
Yeah, but he gave me the medicine kit before he left.
Oh, of course.
True, I forgot he
Sure.
definitely would have done that for someone he's been
He
working with
definitely
for a
would have
little
been like, "Hey, you need this more than I do."
bit. Hey, I can't use it on myself if I'm dead, so here you go.
5 head.
You'll need it more than the horses.
He's got a disguise kits, or those are his proficiencies.
He's got-
I don't know why he would. Maybe he does. Attunement equipment.
I
Bedroll.
knew I should have taken that.
Do not see
I-
medicine.
Fear the dying.
Not.
Nope.
Well, the hearing, because I can't see anyone. I'm assuming I hear footsteps approaching.
You might see the
You
dancing
see
lights.
the
Oh,
the
yeah, dancing light.
lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you saw that, like, the dancing lights start to come across the lake as you see 3 figures start to walk across the water towards you. As one of them starts to dip and fall in the water a little bit and splash, and you hear, "Ah, dang it!"
Ah.
Uh,
Go
Bo-
towards the light.
Bow drawn will begin to not like release arrow, but put the arrow sort of back after hearing Eric's voice, and I'll point out.
Were you stanced up to protect my body?
Oh yeah, I was. Well, Fang can tell you absolutely not. But Fennekin will go ahead and sort of breathe a sigh of relief. I got them stable, so I know they're not dying.
oh,
But,
thank God. Says Axel.
Yeah, let's
Well,
rest
good thing we
a bit.
brought. I always forget the druid's name.
Our friend.
Lovre?
Lovre. Good thing we brought Lovre, who's a druid.
Yeah.
It could obviously cast and it'll cure wounds.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
You have that spell, don't you, Louvre?
I did, and I used it earlier.
True.
Yeah, on the tree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, go back to
Mm.
the surface. I'm done with you.
I mean, I would gladly go up there now that you guys are safe and you're good down here. Yes.
Good
Probably stick
is what's the word? Relative, I think.
Okay. Well,
But I do think
considering-
that we need to be careful. This seems to
I'm
be-
gonna cast Mage Hand and grab Weird's instrument out of the lake.
Perfect. So yeah, say you did that on your way over because this lake is massive. It's probably about like 300 feet across from where you guys walked down the side to where these steps are.
Jesus Christ!
So it's a big one. But yeah, you're able to get that, recover it. Louvre will kind of look around. I mean, you guys are the best chance I have at getting my circle back. So I'll stick around if you'd like. I don't know how much more I could help, but apparently I'm not completely useless.
No, I don't think so in the slightest. I mean, do you guys think this is a safe place for us to sort of rest and wait for Weird to come to, or I don't. Obviously,
It's
this
as safe as any.
I hope our entrance doesn't alert whoever set the thorns. But beyond that, yeah, it's hard enough for us to get in.
I think that might have been more of a deterrent from the horde we seek.
I mean, it makes sense a bit. I'm guessing the dragon just sort of walked up and breathed fire, and the things got out of the way, and then they were in here and could do their thing.
I do have a concern. The treants mentioned that this was the feeding app, like the way that he sent the food for feeding. I mean, does it make sense that this is the lair of a green dragon? All this water?
Eric will pull out his rapier and say, "Bon appetit." Just a little flourish.
Is that a yes? I'm sorry, I don't speak
That's
that
if
language.
the dragon's here to
You don't-
feast.
You don't speak swagger?
I don't speak swag. No.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think this is the current dragon's lair. I think this was the lair of Gnawbones, as it were, but it just doesn't seem right that this is where Gnawbones would go to feast. I mean, I guess I haven't seen the inside of a green dragon's lair, but as much as he's all about nature, and we saw his grave site where there was flowers growing rampant, you think that we would see that here, but there's crafted stone.
Can I do a dietitian check?
You're currently a licensed therapist, not a dietitian, so you're going to need to go back to school to be able to make that check.
Oh, all right, hang on. FAFSA.gov. Let me see if I can afford this.
What were your parents' incomes?
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I think you just chrono shift to become one of those, right? You just stop being a therapist and gain.
Yeah. I can see a reality where I was a dietitian.
Exactly.
I will allow a history check. What are you trying to find out?
It sounded like part of the concern was like, what do green dragons eat, and where do they live? Would they be in a place like this, like that sort of thing?
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a history check.
12.
12. So from this one, dragons, they don't have a particular diet. From what you were told from the treant up there, Zentarm, adventures were her favorite snack. You can assume that they probably had, maybe depending on how long this dragon's been around, how long she's been doing her dragon business in the area. Maybe a lot of people have come this way, but yeah, nothing more specific about their diets or what they eat. As far as their lairs go, they are typically more nature esque, I'll say. Yeah, with 12, that's what you get.
A beautiful waterfall is, nature. Who knows? Maybe there's cool flora growing at the bottom of this lake or something. I don't know. Maybe we have to go further in and find some sort of oasis. I have no idea.
Either way, I think Weird probably needs to rest this off. So maybe we should try to find. I mean, I guess this is relatively safe. We haven't been jumped or anything of that nature, but maybe we should just check and make sure until. Well, actually, I could probably use her rest too. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. I need to make a couple of checks, actually.
Oh.
Make mine out to cash, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Have you been
How
like this
many-
the whole time, Josh?
Ever since I made the drop,
And it's every round you're supposed to make that?
Oh, I could just be
every
dead from
hold on. Let me
I found them like this.
shredded.
just completely torn apart.
How much
Claw
damage did you
marks
guys
across
take?
Oh, damn,
20
now
points.
I'm part of the
I
legend.
took
I
took 20.
60 foot fall. So I initially accidentally rolled 10d6 and that was 40 damage. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And then I'm like, oh no, it's every 10 feet. So 66. So like almost a fireball's worth of damage.
It hurt.
Time is it, by the way?
Okay.
Who knows? It's about 11:46 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, every time I start my
30.
turn with 18 or less, I must make a wisdom saving throw.
Or
Of DC 8 or more, or move towards the nearest creature and use the attack action against it. But I'm assuming I could feel myself like going through this rage after the first time.
yep.
So I'll make the first one, and then if once I feel it, I will go ahead and swap back because it's only while I'm in my hybrid form.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say adrenaline was pumping through you enough during the literal survival mode that it didn't help you, but once you finally got to shore, calm down with Weird next to you, go ahead and make a roll. Let's see what happens.
I got 21.
You're good.
Yeah.
You feel the urge.
Yeah, no, I absolutely do, and I will go ahead and return to my Harengon form because I'm not trying to slice people up as of right now. But yeah,
Cool. All right. You guys are good then.
well, that's debatable.
Did you take more damage now?
Now I do. Yeah, let's go ahead and rest.
Yeah, I was
Do we
asking
think this is-
what time of day it was to make sure it wasn't
Day.
like wasting hours.
No, it's probably evening now, if you were to best guess. Because if you remember, the shambling mounds were this morning.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
It's been a long day.
yeah, been a long day.
I almost died twice today.
I'm at full health.
I don't know what you guys talking.
I say we
And
go
full
ahead
resources.
and take a long rest as I go ahead and sort of just plop down on the stairs. Now that we have the dancing lights, next to the stairs, is it? You said it's like, is it like benches? Like it's a
No, it's like not necessarily like benches, but like it looks like a semicircle or like a large amphitheater.
Amphitheater type of steps.
Extending down into the water. You're not sure how far, but yeah, at least a few feet.
how far up from where we are is this like the the steps, the amphitheater steps.
Oh, like how far up did they go?
Yeah.
Probably maybe about 30, or sorry, about 60, 90 feet.
We should probably move up. I have a concern that with this, it feels very arena-like. Like this is a place for a spectacle.
Hard to disagree.
Good call.
Big open spaces on the edge of water.
Yeah, that's what I'm literally saying.
By the way, I'm not going to keep concentrating on dancing lights. It's every minute.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
Don't-
recast it.
Don't worry
I would
about
say-
it. Exelion will just pull out his light.
Mm.
Oh, is this enough? No, sorry. And then he holds it with two hands as you see the bright light just shine a little bit light as it's now, I think, 30 feet of bright light around the sword and an additional 30 feet beyond that
Yeah.
as well.
Finkin's going off on these monologues, and every minute I'm just yelling an incantation. It's all right. Didn't want you to leave.
No, yeah. Thank you for the lights. Yeah, I think we should head up to maybe to like the top of the amphitheater seating and sort of get away from the water a bit and maybe sort of poke up and see what's over the crest, because maybe there's buildings that we just can't see from our vantage point. As I will go ahead and begin to hobble my way, carrying. Actually, look over to Axel and ask if Axel could carry. Weird. And then begin to hobble my way up the stairs.
All right, let's go. I agree with your plan,
Alrighty.
and
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll step in front of Finkin.
Mm-hmm.
Finkin's trying to be a hero, leading the charge with 1 HP left or whatever he has. I'm over here with full resources. I'll just go ahead and step in front.
Yeah. Thanks
I
for
feel
doing
pretty
something.
good.
Damn. That's fine.
I get a bruise.
That's good.
All right, so you guys make your way up the amphitheater steps a little bit further, not too much, but you see at least a little more of the city now. The
And I have
dwarven
dark
arch.
vision.
Oh, and you have dark vision. Well, now it's
probably
even
pretty
clearer. Dark vision is just kind of like black and white. You really can't make out the finer details, but with this actual light lighting up the area, you can now see more of the dwarven architecture. It's been weathered and eroded by countless years. The craftsmanship of the dwarves are really showcased in some of these buildings and statues that you're seeing. The dilapidated stone buildings and arched archways have some intricate carvings, and it's just in its heyday, this would have been, a glorious city. But now just moss and vines just cling to everything, still giving it a nice little charm, but you're curious as to what it was like back in its heydays. So looking around some of these buildings that have been, some of them built on whatever precipice is surrounding this, but as you kind of look up and get deeper into it, you can see some of it has actually been carved into like the stone walls of this cavern. Looking up above you, Fenkin saw this earlier, but you guys can all see maybe 1,000, 2,000 feet in the air is a cavern that has an opening, so you do see some type of direct sunlight come down into it, but just not enough to make it all the way down here. So possible, but maybe that was another entrance that the dragon has used before.
Oh yeah, I cast fly.
Yeah, go ahead and fly up there. Could have been
Hi.
easy.
Ah,
But no, it's very, very quiet down here, almost unsettling so. But you guys are able to find a good, decent place to shack up for the night in some of these abandoned buildings. Is anyone doing anything special before we long rest?
Coughing up blood.
that's a free action, I think.
Yeah. So after about an hour, I'll say, of just being unconscious, you're back up with 3 HP. So that's an average. Or if you want to spend one of your, or however many hit dice you want to spend, weird, for your short rest for a long rest. But do remember that you only regain half of your full hit dice, or is it half of the expended hit dice?
No, it's half of your total. You gain back on a long rest.
Okay. Yep. So you do get half of your total hit points on long rest. So spend them if you got them, or if you don't want to, you can at least come back up with 1 HP.
Let's see. Do this here. So you said half of my hit dice?
Yeah, well, you'll get half of your hit dice back on the long rest. So, like, if you were like have 4 of your hit dice still, you can spend 2 of them, and then you'll get them back. After the long rest.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Or I know that we had long rest earlier too, so you might not have that many, so you might not want to spend a whole bunch.
I'll spend. I think I'll just come back with the 1.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you'll come back with the 1 HP plus your con mod, so whatever that is total for you.
Oh hell yeah! That's a whole 2 health.
Nice. So after about an hour of you guys kind of setting up shop, making sure the area is clear, Weird starts to cough some blood back up. Or not back up, but cough up some blood, making some noise.
Have they not been breathing this whole time?
I mean, they've been breathing, but just not coughing up, right?
Yeah, they've not been conscious this entire time.
Fenkin is definitely sitting next to Weird when they awaken. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Resting.
That sounds good. My whole body hurts. Yeah, like you ever felt? Oh god, you ever felt the kind of pain where it's like in your bones?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
same. You and I made that same drop, friend.
Oh, is that what got me?
I hope so.
Yeah, hell yeah. Was it cool?
No,
Bet it looked pretty cool.
I couldn't tell you. I don't have the ability to see in the dark like you do.
I'm gonna say it looked pretty cool.
It's fair.
Yeah, it was nasty, that fall that we all took.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys got hit too?
Yeah, we also fell.
We're all one team now that we've all fallen together. Wait, I don't know. Actually, don't take anything I say as what Excellion says is true.
I like it.
I'm doing my best here. Okay.
Oh, I get you.
Now we're stuck down here. Nowhere left to go except forward. Find our escape.
I think
Can't
that's
cross the lake. Too treacherous.
weird. We are in a some kind of underground city, village. Not exactly sure the scale, but it's abandoned for
Alright.
sure.
Stool.
Dwarven.
So like, alright. I know you said words,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I'm not really sure what the words mean at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take a nap.
I think we all are.
All right. But
So you got first shift weird or
100%. Everybody take a nap. I got you.
So,
I'll take first shift. I still gotta set up my bell and
True.
feel
And
good if there's a fight.
Weird's asleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take watch with Eric because I think Axel will need to take watch with Fenkin so they can see.
Okay.
facts.
I'll sounds good. I'll get to resting then.
Yeah,
And then we just doing some cold rations tonight, or do you want to start a fire?
I think cold rations
I
are
think we should just eat
probably.
the halfling.
We don't have a halfling to eat.
All right, they're watching the horse.
I think the cold rations
that
are.
wakes Weird up after he eats the halfling. Weird's like,
What just happened?
Somebody making halfling?
Meat's
didn't know we
back on
brought-
the menu, boys.
I didn't know we brought halfling jerky.
I think
Unless there's any cave mushrooms or cave lizards or cave fish in the lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to roll a survival check if you want to try to find normal or anything naturally growing around here. You're
I'm
welcome.
not good at it, but I'll try. Might as well
Yeah.
while I'm on watch.
So yeah, that's probably.
I'll assist.
I will say before going, we probably shouldn't have a fire until we know that we're the only things down here.
Well, there was that big light that was cast anyway.
What are you talking about? Excel pulls this sword
You
away.
have advantage, Eric.
Advantage.
Roll
I
with
already rolled a
advantage.
19, but let me see.
Roll a
Crit,
20 now.
crit. Not a crit.
19.
I help.
All right. Searching around some of these, you do find some type of fungus growing on a collection of rocks, kind of towards the edge of the water. So you're able to pick a few of those. They look similar to some healthy mushrooms, so you might be able to maybe spice. Spice isn't the right word. Doctor up some nicer
Season.
rations with it. Yeah, season some food. But as you and
Does
Arturus,
this look good to you?
Yeah, really good.
It's
As
not
I have
fuzz,
a handful of dirt. Like,
you guys hear something. Actually, barely. You hear the sound of something flapping. Very, very light, very paper-like. As you look up, Arturus, you've seen something like this before. A folded-up piece of paper, like a little paper airplane, starts to hover down, kind of circle around, and then land right next to Axel.
mail time.
Mail
where
time.
We'll pick there.
Everyone just got triggered.
Mail time. All right, and then we'll go ahead and pick up there next time.
Ooh.
I'm sensing a trend when Arturus and I go off exploring.
Just come back.
Story
and something
progresses.
cool happens.
We find magic, and magic progresses the story.
Also, it's super unfortunate that you guys had to go the hard route and we just like walked.
yeah, you guys said that. Yeah, cool. I was even thinking too, like I have no clue how you guys were going to get out of here once you were in here, but I know now.
Easy.
Just walk back up.
Fly.
Um,
Was that a level 3 spell?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Just climb, five head.
You guys just have to level up while you're down here, somehow
Easy.
learn fly, and
Spider
then
climb.
get out of here. Oh,
Exactly.
spider climb.
Boots of spider climbing. Thank you so
Yes.
much for that. I really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Bardic Dice, thank you so much for the follow as well as the massive raid this evening.
Bardic Dice.
Speaking of dice, guys, this show is sponsored by the one, the only Adventure Dice. So head over to adventuredice.ca, use code JBrews for 10% off your order. And we will be live again next week for another episode of We Run the Dungeon. And this episode will be uploaded to YouTube and podcast form next Wednesday. So make sure to come on back and swing by. I'm going to take just a little bit of a break, cut stream, and then I will go live with a sort of chill WoW stream after this. So make sure if you guys want to come and hang out,
Chill
we will
wow.
be here.
Thanks for the video.
So I will see you guys next week and have a good night.